Before I move on and I go into the next topic, I see a lot of persons messaging me. I've read the messages and it's well received. I receive the message that you guys are sending and I respect it. But here's the thing. When I put myself in a position to be on someone's platform and stuff like that, and to participate in a discussion that is wholesome, that is respectful, that people conduct themselves respectfully, I'm expecting that it remains that way. I'm not there to provoke anybody. I'm not there to disrespect anybody. I'm not there to highlight anybody because I don't know these people. Now, when I see something happen wherein someone put forward an argument and it was catering to misogyny, and then I rebut the argument, it didn't sit well with a lot of people, but I was taking reference from nature and stuff like that, and they begin to take personal jabs and saying that this and that, and we are here and he's not there for sensing, and I'm like, okay, I don't need this. And the second one, wherein a person started to use expletives at me and stuff like that, I just considered it very disrespectful. I pretended as if I did not hear it, you understand, because I just wanted it to swoop over. But when you reach to that part wherein you're saying some things that are very juxtaposed, it's kind of confusing. And so when it being confusing and I'm rebutting, I'm putting it forward because there are people out there who are watching and listening, and they're going to question the sense in what you are saying. So I'm rebutting, you understand? And you don't like it, you are using expletives. I just said that, you know what, I don't need this either. Now, the third time was when I'm actually there and we're having a topic on politics, and then I'm going to be called out of my name, and I said that I don't like it. The person apologized and moved on. But then persons in the comment section are coming at me as if I should accept it and there's nothing wrong with it. And then I just realized that, listen, I don't share the same mentality as these type of people, and I don't need this. And when I see that it is 3 times in a row, I'm not sure I want to stick around to see what the fourth person is going to do. And all 3 of them have something in common. They were all men. And so when I look into it, I say, in my real life, I don't have a unnecessary back and forth with any man. I don't, because I don't see the reason for it. You understand? And neither with a woman. I do not have unnecessary back and forth with females either, because that's just not the life I live. That's why I said I like to be alone. I love to be alone. And I have people that I associate with, but that has never been the situation. And so we don't have to cater for each other or even like each other, but we're very respectful, and that's where it's at. You understand me? I'm not planning to hang out with you at the beach. I'm not planning to go to a resort with you tomorrow, and that's okay. We just be associates, and that's it. That's in my real life. Now, when I come on social media, I don't come out there disrespecting people or put myself in a position wherein people should be disrespectful to me. So I find it very strange, and rather I'm flabbergasted at the fact that that was what I was met with. And so I realized that, listen, people don't understand who the person is or who SS is. I'm not the type of person who is going to do a back and forth. I'm not the type of person who's going to do what you are used to. And maybe that's what the drama, the diatribe, I don't get into that. That's just not me. If I see we're in an avenue, an atmosphere, sorry guys, I have speech problems. I spoke about it. If I see we're in an avenue or an atmosphere is getting heated or it's becoming aggressive for me, I move. People have called me out on it in real life and saying that I'm the type of person that I just disappear like that. Yes, because I don't want the discomfort, and I know what it can lead to, because I'm not going to hold back. You understand me? You fire darts at me, I'm coming out with an AK, and I don't want that. And nobody's going to provoke me to the point wherein I'm going to end up being disrespectful also. Once I see wherein that's a position that I'm going to be put in, I'm just going to leave, because I don't need that. If you're channeling something positive, it has to be to a point wherein you are not even thinking about negative. The moment you see it coming, or the moment you see where it's getting out of control, you simply move away, because it's not for you. You want something positive and you're hunting for it. You're going to find it. I went to the platform of Emotep and Rick Storm because of their message and because of how they put their information forward. And I always say, in particular with Emotep, that when I go on his platform, I feel like a student. I also put myself in a position as a student, because there's always something to learn. You understand? And that's very good. That builds me. That builds anybody out there. And that's why I always recommend the platform to people. So when persons are invited on the forum and they are speaking and and stuff like that. And I see wherein men are going to be overly aggressive and stuff. I just don't want that. That's just not for me. So maybe people have preconceived notion that I might be an aggressive person. I've seen that in the comment also, but in real life, that's not who I am. I move away from atmosphere that's getting heated, that's going to become toxic, that's going to lead to something else. Aggressive insults are going to be thrown. I move away very easily because I know where it can go. I know what I can say. And because of such, I just don't need to go there. It doesn't benefit me. It doesn't help me. It doesn't make me any richer. It doesn't give me inner peace. And so I just move away from it. And that's it. I respect both of their platform. Big up to Rick Storm, big up to Emotep. I respect their platform. And also I wanted it to remain respectful. What I also realize is that a lot of persons may see those platforms as a comfort zone for them. And so they are used to certain things. They are used to certain people. So when a female like me come on the platform who is a bit indifferent, it creates somewhat of a discomfort for them because probably maybe the way how I look when they go over to my channel, probably the way how I say things, they're not used to it. And because of such, they are just agitated. And so they'll type away and they'll do this and they'll do that. You understand? And I get it. It's your comfort zone. It's your space. It's your energy. You want to be in that realm. That's okay. I get it. And so if I realize that I'm also going to bring discomfort to a lot of females on it who are, if I realize that I'm going to bring some sort of discomfort, I'm just going to move away. You understand? Because I don't come there to create a big upset. I don't want to be the upset. You understand? And because of such, I just, leave it be and I rest it and I say, okay, I respect both platform. Let me part ways. Let me just leave it alone. I don't want to create any upset for the persons in the comment section or persons who come on the panel. And, people, when I guess myopic people will think accordingly. And so they're not used to certain things. Or they're not used to people who are indifferent. And people who you can see may look one way, but it's something completely different. They're not used to it to that extent. And I get it. But I'm not going to shortchange myself just so you can have comfort. I rather move away to where I am okay and I can excel, rather than I'm going to dumb down myself or say recluse simply because you are uncomfortable or you are insecure about yourself. You understand? And it's easy to type a lot of insulting things. It's easy to type a lot of disrespectful things. Let's see how you look. That's all I have to say. Hello everybody, I am SS the Showstopper and today is the 25th of February 2024. Now I was watching an interview by recording artist Shaggy and he was saying some very interesting things. He was speaking on him being dropped from Universal Records at a time when he recorded or he wanted to record a dancehall song and they cautioned him not to. He was adamant about it. He recorded the song Wild Tonight featuring Olivia back then and they cautioned him not to record any dancehall song. They just wasn't in the business of having him record any form of dancehall song. Probably pop they wanted him to go and stuff like that, but he wasn't interested. He was more concerned with the dancehall. And so I'm sorry. He recorded the song with Olivia Wild Tonight and you know what they did? They dropped him. He said that they dropped him after, but it's so interesting that that he's speaking of, I think was in 2006 or 2008, around that time. But how many hits have Shaggy come out with after? He has been on a roll after that. So he has been doing well. His name has been circulating just the same. He has been on tour. He has been doing all of these great things even after that. So remember when I spoke about the record label, and that if you are doing well without them and you see where other persons have been there before with a record label and it didn't really work out for the artist's advantage, sometimes you're better off unsigned. And I spoke of Alkaline's situation right now, wherein he's currently unsigned. And I said, I'm sure that he has been approached, but most likely his team doesn't like the details of the contract and they don't think it benefits the artist in the long run. So they're simply not going to go. They will continue to put out their independent projects. And that's it. And so here lies Shaggy on the interview speaking on that. Now, on to something else that he said. He also spoke about Jamaicans. Every Jamaican think that they're a star. Every Jamaican believe in themselves and they believe that they are a superstar. And it's one of the reasons why stars or famous people, when they come to Jamaica, no one is running behind them because the locals believe that they are stars also. And there's truth to the argument. And, he spoke about Jamaican being cool. And that's the difference that set us apart from international artists or artists globally, that we have a culture of cool people. And so are many of the artists. And because of such, people will draw to them. We have much more to offer other than music. We have our own flair, our own natural flair to offer. And so people will gravitate towards Jamaican artists more so than international artists whenever they get a big break. And I can safely agree with Shaggy. But then again, you know me, SS Devil Advocate, I'm going to pick out something. Now, Shaggy made a very profound statement, and I totally agree with it. But there's also something that international artists have by way of their country and their culture that Jamaican people tend being the operative word, tend to not have. And that is respect. Jamaicans tend to lack respect, to other people's country, other people's culture, and all of that. And they believe that it's okay to make flippant comments about people, about culture. We understand that what we stand for is something completely different from other people and what they stand for. But the idea of insulting and blatantly disrespecting people and their culture, it's something that sets us apart in a negative way also. And I spoke about respect. I spoke about self-respect on so many of my videos. And, a lot of times it fly over people because, people don't understand or seek the value in respect. And because they believe that their dirty behavior is trending on social media and people accept it or people like it, they automatically think that when they break or they get a breakout, that same behavior can transition and put them on the global map and set them apart and bring forth success. No, it will bring forth attention if you're seeking attention, but it also most likely, usually, don't work out for your advantage. And that's where I stand when it comes to the argument that Shaggy was putting forward. On to something else. We see wearing dancehall artist Pamputae and also dancehall artist Mr. G, formerly Goo. So they have been going at it, and Pamputae have been bringing Mr. G forward, saying that he's bad mind and he's envious because she got 1 million view after the video that she did with Ride It. He was the one who benched the song, wasn't interested in promoting it. She was, at the time, years ago, when the song came out, she was interested in doing so much with the song, and he wasn't. He didn't participate, he didn't contribute, he didn't do anything. Now that the song is gaining traction and it has gone 1 million views, he's running around saying that he wants the video in order to be the distributor, so I guess he can gain royalty from it. She has also said that she has never gotten any royalty. He's the one that was always making money from the song. And so why would he come now wanting the video and all of that, and that he's bad mind? And she's also cautioning, younger artists to be careful of the contract and make sure that they sign contract. Careful of the agreement that you have with some people back then because you want to get a break, and you should also sign contract and all these kind of things. Mr. G has uploaded a video and he has speak on it, saying that he was threatened and that he's going to, take it further, as in, I guess, make his people, I don't know who he's talking, make his people know that, her manager has threatened him. And that, she needs to understand contract and she needs to understand agreement when these things come forward, when it comes to music, and that he's a distributor of the song. And he's saying that he removed it. He removed it some years ago and because he had something else in store for it at the time. So he had removed it and all sorts of things. But here's the thing. I have to say this. An informal agreement, an informal contract, I would say it's a contract, oral contract, verbal contract, informal agreement between two, informal employment, informal association, and all these things never lead to something positive. It has never lead to a good ending. anything that you're doing and it's done informally, when it comes to business transaction and it's done informally, it has never brought a positive ending. And this might be the situation that Pamputae is facing with Mr. G. Had there been some sort of contract draft up, even if they were friends, even if they were allies, close associate, whatever the case may be, had there been a contract being drafted up between them at the time, I'm almost certain it wouldn't have reached here. You understand? And sometimes I can agree with Mr. G that it's important to understand business and understand how this thing works. But I also have to agree with Pamputae. If you weren't participating or you weren't showing any form of interest in the song, and she was the one that was going above and beyond to put the song out there and for it to gain traction, and then she went as far as to make a video for it and stuff like that, it would seem very questionable for you to come out of the woodwork and saying that, okay, you would want the video because you want to be this, you want it to distribute from your end and all of that. It would be questionable for you to come all of a sudden and say that, yes, this is what I want. No, when the song was benched, we weren't hearing anything about it. We have seen on social media promoting her songs and doing her little freestyle, or what they call a cappella, without rhythm at times, sometimes with rhythm, and she has been going at it. So I can see where Pamputae is coming from. I understand where you are coming from with the business end of it. But if it was informal, there isn't much leverage that you would have, Mr. G, even if you're the producer of the song. Once it was informal, there would be much leverage or much advantage that you would have when it comes to this thing. I hope that you guys can settle it amicably. I hope that there can be a positive solution or positive resolution for it. I don't think it should be that serious. You guys can have a formal discussion about it and stuff like that. And if Mr. G, you're interested in promoting the song, then go right ahead and do it. But I don't think it's cool to stay from the sideline and not be interested in it. And as soon as it gained traction or limelight, you understand, then you're running to say this or say that. I could be wrong. You guys can correct me if such. And moving on to something else, we see we're in Squashman mother, dancehall artist Squashman, his mother, and a female vlogger, a woman vlogger. I won't call her female because she's not feminine. A woman vlogger by the name of, I think, Destiny Dunn, something like that. She had made a video, and she was speaking about some sort of beef taking place between dancehall artist Chronic Law, who is a member of Squash 6 and also Squash himself, and they have been throwing subs at each other and stuff like that. She went further to say that, she doesn't want this to take place because she's, both artists are big, but she listens Chronic Law. Chronic Law is her artist. When she's going through a rough time, she listens to Chronic Law and stuff like that. So Squash mother has caught wind of the video and decided to, post a caption underneath it, paraphrasing right now. I'm paraphrasing, saying that, she needs to leave her son alone. You don't know anything, move on, and all these kind of things. And then she's too effing enough, and all sorts of things she was saying. And Destiny Dunn, who is a vlogger, have responded and have said that, she saw the video and, it's important for you to respect yourself as a big woman and stuff like that, because she haven't said anything disrespectful about Squashman. She didn't say anything disrespectful. She didn't give her any form of hint that she was taking sides or being disrespectful. She even big him up. So she's surprised, she decided, Squash mother that is, decided to respond that kind of way. And I'm looking into the argument, and this is where I say that the vlogger is actually right in this segment. I didn't see wherein she was being disrespectful. I didn't see she said anything disrespectful about either artist, whether it be Chronic Law or Squashman. I don't see it, and I don't think anybody have seen it. She wasn't being disrespectful. She was just giving her in that she noticed that there is subs being taken, which in she could be wrong, but she believed, as a fan or as a supporter of both artists, she believed that's what was taking place, and she decided to bring it forward. Squash mother, I think she could have responded better. I think that she could have said something else. However, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that maybe the read in it was when the Destiny said that, or Destiny Dunn, the vlogger, said that Chronic Law is her artist. and that she listens his music when she's going through a rough time. That could probably be the read that the mother had picked up in it. And she's going to defend her son to the end. And I can't say I fault a mother to defend or protect their child or want to be a spokesperson, an informal spokesperson defending them. But there's a time and a place for everything. A time and a place for everything. And I don't get why you would be so rude and disrespectful to the vlogger. I understand how you may be in your feelings because of what she said about Chronic Law being her artist and she made his music and stuff like that. That part I can understand, but it still didn't warrant you being disrespectful, because at the end of the day, she wasn't being disrespectful. She also spoke about like rating both artists and stuff like that. And so, things that can be said respectfully should not be said disrespectfully. And how many times have I spoke about respect? How many times have I spoke about self-respect? So many times in so many videos, including this one right here. I've spoke about respect also. And it goes back, as I said, you have to respect yourself, because if you don't respect yourself, guess what? You're not going to respect others. And guess what? They are not going to respect you too. And I'm sure no man wants to walk around knowing that they are not respected. Nobody wants to walk around knowing that they are not respected or thinking that people are looking at them sideways or funny based on their behavior. So it's so important for you to respect yourself. It's important for you to think twice. It's important for you to rationalize things and think it out. But I guess with certain people, you can't really tell them that. Whatever it is that comes to their mind or their mouth, that's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to type. And that's what, the basic breakdown of things are when it comes to the mentality of a lot of people out there. It's very unfortunate. And it's also sad to see that it's a younger person, I keep using female, a younger person who have decided to what? Put herself in the position of wisdom and saying that, listen, that's not how you go about it. If I said something, you didn't have to be disrespectful, because I wasn't disrespectful or anything like that. And like I said, I can get the mother having some ill feelings towards the shade or the read, but at the end of the day, she wasn't being disrespectful. Her saying that Lawman is her artist is based on the type of songs that he put out versus what Squash would put out. Squash is a type of hype guy who put out, he made a lot of songs, yes. There are a lot of songs that would give you a meditation. And I'm not gonna lie, I like Squash music, but at the end of the day, Chronic Law come from a position of maybe depression, a position of trauma. And so a lot of persons out there can relate to what he's saying more so than Squash music, which is a feel good, a vibe music. You understand? You play in the club, you go to party with your friends. That's the type of music that Squashman really cater to. And so maybe that's the reason she had said it. And so with that being said, I don't see the reason for any form of ill feelings or any form of disrespect. It was unwarranted and uncalled for and unwarranted, and that's all I have to say about it today. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day, and may God bless you.